Today I bring you possibly one of the biggest NIKKE NA accounts, at least that I know of, and this is Scarro's account. He always let me pull and showcase all of this stuff, so really huge shout out to him. One love, brother. Now I want to show you a lot of things on what it looks like to finish the game, to collect everything, and to push all of the content and what you can expect at that point. Before we start, hello the internet, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefi. Leave a like, subscribe, help us grow the family. You can join our Discord channel and we stream every single day. When this video goes live, we will be live streaming in both YouTube and Twitch. You have the links in the description. Now let's get started with first the most important thing, which is the units. Right now, Scarro has, of course, all of the units, and something that you will see is that he has absolutely everything at core 7, but one unit, because he's not a real, well, the joking, of course. If we go to Tetra, you'll see that he's missing 2 copies for a Nido. And when he asked me to pull for him, we always try to get at least 1 Nido or 2. So far, we've been super unlucky with this, and we never get her or get those 2 last copies. When it comes to gear progression, I'm not sure where Scarro is at or what's the difference, because I know he buys, of course, all of the rocks. So I want to see like how many units he has maxed out and fully overload. Okay, so some units are starting to get only 2 pieces, which are most of the new units, some PvP units, all right? So other than main team, you are not focusing on gear. Pretty interesting. Also, something that I want to mention, and this is pretty important. His main team is Rapunzel, Senti, Litter, Scarlet, Modernia, I believe. That's what he used for to clear most content. Sometimes instead of Litter, he uses Dorothy. Now, this is not the norm. The norm is to push with Bunny Girls and maybe Private with 2 DPSs, because bunnies trivialize a lot of content. But in his case, he is just brute forcing his way and using Rapunzel to revive someone, and he clears a lot of levels with just 1 or 2 units alive. Again, this is not the norm and what you should expect while pushing hard campaign, but it's what works for him. Also, something really important, and I wanted to mention that, is that a lot of people think that the biggest wells are always in Scarlet and Sin, and shout out to those 2 guilds because they're doing a lot for the community and sharing a lot of how they build their units, but the biggest wells are not competitive. They don't care about the game, and this is the case, for example, for Scarro. If we go to check his Strife Tower and his PvP, you'll see that in PvP, he doesn't need to try to be the first, and when it comes to solo raid and junior raid, he's not in an active guild that are super clearing well first day or anything. And solo raid, I don't know if he has all of the 1% frames, we'll check in a second, but I wanted to show you first his defense teams on Arena, because he is 1.2 million and the next guy is 700k. So of course he is using some random teams to troll people with blue units in between and see if they can take it down, but they can't. Of course, when it comes to Thrive Tower, if you want to know what's the maximum right now, they upgraded it recently from, I believe, 250 to 350. The normal tower is already finished. It was Modernia on level 350, and it was a really strong Modernia. If I remember correctly, he was stuck here for a while. As you can see, the power for this Modernia is 730k, and he is right now 689. He is starting to invest in bunnies to use them instead of Santi Rapunzel, which is the usual meta composition. Now, when it comes to the manufacturer towers, he is pushing, but you cannot push as far as you want because you are limited to 3 entries per day. You'll know this, so that's going to take more time overall, which is completely fine. Also, the molds. Something really cool to see is that the molds, he don't need to use them, so he's just saving them for new units when they come out, but he's using the Tetra and normal ones, so try to get those 2 copies of Nido. I do want to check the avatar frames because I'm curious if he's tryharding on solo raid or not. And he has, let me see, big one here. No, actually the frames too, not the 3s. So he's getting out of the frame twos. He's not tryharding in junior raid. Like I said, most of the biggest worlds out there are not in competitive guilds, and they are not tryharding because they don't really care. They want to collect everything and progress in the game, right? And they are doing so. So I think that's pretty cool to see the contrast between the competitive players who are a little bit behind those big wells, but they are pushing under a lot of heavier combat power deficit and restrictions, right? Also, bro, I still don't have even the 1 single prism background. You have all of them. Well, you don't have a Nido. I don't have even a single one. I need to get one. I think my closest is Litter, but I don't want to use Litter as my prism background. So I think I'll try to go for Senti. I think my Senti and Litter are both core 4. So I hope I can keep getting Senti. I think she's on the Village store, so I should be able to. If not, well, it is what it is, right? We'll use the first prism background we get. Now let's check campaign. because I want to show you the progression of campaign. Once again, pushing this further, as you can see, chapter 24, everything is clear, all of the EX stages. Scarro, why do you have an EX stage on chapter 22 hard? What's this? Well, as you can see, chapter 24 hard, completely clear. If I remember correctly, the last stage was like 750 or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers. I should have asked him before recording the video, but I'm too lazy. I'm just showcasing you what's possible and what it looks like to finish the game. Let's check the EX on chapter 22 and see what it's and what's the combat power, so you can see what to expect in the future, even though there are videos already out there. Now, once again, this is not what you should expect of the game. This is gonna take even me years to get the point of clearing hard. To put you an example, Sky GLB, which most of you probably know, it's on chapter hard mode 20, I believe. If someone can correct me in the comments, I would appreciate that. But he's at chapter 20, being level 401 and being like probably one of the best wells in terms of theory crafting, making content, right? There's probably better theory crafters, I don't know, but when it comes to making content, he's one of the best ones. So chapter 22 EX stage, it's fixed at level 400. Who's the enemy that you are not beating here? Twintail? Twintail with a lot of annoying mobs. Yeah, nah. Good luck with that, Scarro. Hopefully it doesn't take you too long to clear it. Maybe he's saving it for just testing or whatever. I don't know. I will ask him later and I will leave a comment. Now, that said, if you are curious also about the outpost level and how further you can push this, right now Scarro is at level 293 and he's generating 64 cordas per hour. Also, something really cool to see, and that this is once again a super future problem that you don't have to worry about, is the cost to level up as it goes up after a while. So for example, for him to level up is no longer 10k but 13k of cordas and also a lot of materials. So for most players right now, we are only lacking cordas, but we will reach a point where all of those resources are exhausted. So we will need to save and stack up on absolutely everything. Also, I'm guessing you have all of the units in the synchro, even the blue ones. Yep, of course. I'm not sure if Scarro buys or not recycler room chips every time he can. By judging by the levels, he only does 4 pilgrims. So the pilgrim chips are level 210. Ooh, the rest are around level 50. Most people do this because, of course, pilgrims are the most meta units. If we talk about Dorothy, if we talk about Modernia, if we talk about the Scarlet, right? So you want them to be doing more damage, and it's good to get those chips. Of course, that's something that only most wells do, or people who are looking to super optimize their accounts. So something you don't need to worry about. When it comes to skins, Scarros, do you have all of the skins? Are you a true gamer? Let me see. Okay. You are a true gamer. You have the skins. We good. So far, I've only bought the master skin. The other ones is just like, I don't know if I want to buy them. I don't know if I want to get the other skins. Senti looks amazing. Sakura looks amazing. But they don't give me pools, and I want pools. I'm a gambling addict, right? Now, that's gonna be it for this account tour, to show you what's the maximum amount of progress you can get done in NIKKE and what it looks like to have a maxed out account. Scarro, thank you not only for letting me show the account, but also remember, guys, that thanks to people like Scarro, we can play either free-to-play, completely free-to-play, or just by spending a small amount of money, like it's my case. I think it's small. I think it's a small, even if I'm well, I think it's a small, right? So huge shout out to you. Do let me know where are you right now on hard mode, because I'm curious. I am so behind in hard mode. Hard mode is actually where people need to learn how to play and how to use compositions and everything. I am on chapter 11, I think, and I should be able to push to 13, 14 right now perfectly. But I've been so lazy with that. Do let me know what chapter you're right now on hard mode, where you are stuck. Like always, thank you for listening to my rambling. Thank you for coming. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. One love to all of you. Good luck with your pool degenerates. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。